Hello again, and welcome to another episode of this 101 series. This episode will be about the UI, the user interface of IGEMS CAD CAM. I'm thinking we're gonna go through like the basics of it all, and I'm gonna show you some of my favorite features for the user interface. But yeah, let's get going. All right, so you got a little bit familiar with this interface in the previous video, but let's walk you through it. So we have this tab-based system where we have our CAD commands here, tools for repairing geometry and other branch-specific commands here. We have our CAM features, for sheet handling, parts, tool paths. We can modify the tool paths. These are the 3D5X, meaning bevel or full 3D CAM, part organizer, and our processing commands. We also have a nest tab right here. And at the far right here of these 5 tabs, we have an apps tab where you can create your own apps, or you can ask us or someone else to make custom apps for you. To the right here we have our drawing, so if I click plus I will open another drawing. I can close that one, and yeah, so this will display the drawing name right here. And to the right here we also have our license information. So if you have an active license, this one is green. If it's not active, it's red. You can of course click this and you will be prompted with the license dialog, where you can deactivate or whatever you want to do. One nice feature that I use a lot is, you see these small little arrows here? Those are actually these commands. So I can, for this one, right click and add to quick access tools. So I can add commands up here that will be displayed even if I'm not on that tab, which is really neat. If you only use a few commands, you can place them up here and you know that you will always have access to them. Right click there and I'll delete that one. Now we have a lot more commands than meets the eye at first glance here. On almost every one of these we have a drop down, so you click on that sheet name there and that will open the drop down menu. So we have quite a few more commands. Let's also go to IGEMS here. We have our preferences, and in the preferences it's good to know that we can change the drawing units, so we can change from metric to inches. I'm not going to do that, but that's good to know. We also, IGEMS, preferences, and preferences have settings for the color. So I'm running another background than a standard background, and some other features. We can use anti-grain graphics if we want to. We can use transparent parts. We can also use the new selection system, which I will show you in just a minute. And we have, I think general, this is the most used, we have a language. So we have support for many types of languages here. Yeah, so okay. Now let's just go to CAD and I will draw a line. So here we have a tooltip. If I stay hovering this command, you see some helping text. But I will activate this by clicking on line, left click, and once I'm active in a command, you will see down to the left a hint. So line, specify first point. And I can just click anywhere to start the line, like that. Now I clicked. And if I want to go here, for instance, I click there. And if I want to go here, I click here. And if I want to go back to this position right here, you see that we have our Shift plus C means close. So we will close that by clicking Shift plus C. Or if we just click that one, we will close that. But there are more ways to do this close feature, for example. Let's draw another line here. Click, click, click. And I can right click, and that will bring up all the snap functions. So I want this line here to snap to the end point of this line. I want to do the midpoint here, and perhaps I want to do the nearest here. Escape to exit the command. So you have some features here where you can snap and you can close the geometry. But we also have an input for if you want to add a value. So I can go to line, I can start here, and I want to go in a specific direction. I can type 100, meaning I will travel 100 millimeters in this direction. I can't specify an angle. If I don't specify an angle, it will take that angle which I draw it in. So, okay, I will draw it in that angle. Oftentimes we want to be at like a 90 degrees interval. So there's a very handy command down here called ortho. If that one's activated, you see it's a little bit gray here. That means it's activated. It will snap. Now it will snap in 45-degree angles. So that means if I go this way, I know it's going at 0 degrees. I can type 100. I can go up this way, 100. I can go this way, 100. Or I can go this way, 100. That makes a perfect square, which also obviously can be made by a rectangle. Clicking rectangle, specify first corner right here, and specify opposite corner. Okay, then I want to go 100, comma 100. That means 100 in X and 100 in Y. That creates the same shape as this. Let's say you import a drawing, and this drawing has some measurements, and we want to delete those measurements for some reason. I can go from this right side. I click there for the selection. I can go from that right side and go here, and I will select both the measurement and also some of the part. You will see what happens. That will select both the geometry and the measurement. That is, I pressed escape there. That's because I went from left to right. You see it's a green window, and anything that crosses or that's inside of this green window will be selected. So it's right there. If I go from left to right with the blue box, it's just changed the colors here, and I select here, it will only take the entities that are completely inside of that blue box. This could really speed up the workflow for you. So if I'm zoom out like this, I will just select like this instead of being very specific from this side. So like that, delete. If I want to select only this one, I do that, delete. Obviously I can just click on it as well, delete. This is also where the new selection system is really good. I will activate that. Preferences. I will check this new selection system. Okay. This will highlight, you see when I'm hovering, it will highlight geometry which the mouse is hovering. So if I click here, I know that that one will be selected. Let's just make another line here, and not with ortho. I'll do like this. It's more clear now which line I'm selecting when they're tightly together. So select this one, click on it, press delete. I can also right click on this and get info, delete, or I can explode. And I can do that for let's just say we select this, and as we went through in the previous video with the quick command, now that I've selected this, I can press quick, OK to select my machine and material, and I have this one. If I close that, and I see now the red one is highlighted, if I right click on that one, I can edit it, have properties, bring it into the 3D environment, change qualities, and so on. I can also, now you see the part is highlighted, I can right click here and I have some other functions here. So this new selection system is really, really nice. This was just a quick description of the user interface. I want to show you one more thing. So if I click new drawing and I go to CAD and rectangle, I just make a rectangle, start here and click here. We have a geometry that looks like this. To make a part and not use the quick command, if we want to do it more manually, if you want to practice on that, we have our 1, 2, 3, 4 functions, which is create part. You see there's a 1 in the parentheses there. That means if I click on 1 on the keyboard, that will activate the create part command. So select machine, material, OK. Now look down to the left at our hint, select objects. So I want to select this one. Click enter. It will bring up the create part dialog where we can add a lot of information if we want to. Let's just do one quantity, and external should be extra fine. Let's do a rough external geometry. OK. This will turn the part green. That means we know it's a part. Next thing we want to do is use our number 2 command, contour cut. So it's create part, contour. This is our general toolpath command. I suggest in the beginning that you use our automatic lead. We can set a tab width, so that means the lead in and lead out will leave a tab, which is 2 millimeters. Single for this part, and I can place my lead wherever I want to. Let's place it top left here. That will create this lead in here and this lead out here. So that was number 2. Number 3 is order. We need to set a 0 point on this drawing. So I click that and I will be prompted with select cut order or parts. So I will select this part, enter. We have a 0 point here, which is really great. If I want to change that 0 point, I can click here and perhaps right click end point here. That will move the 0 point to the bottom left corner. Close, and our 4th step is process. So we had create part, contour, order, and process. And now we have the same thing we would have had if we would have pressed quick. So process, OK. And this is our ORD file. Let me select that, go to CAD, explode, and just go back to cam and select quick. That will make exactly the same thing. So that's it for this video. Great work, guys. Catch you in the next one.